video is about Gogokid. So I have had the pleasure to help a few teachers come over from VIP Kid to Gogokid and enjoy the benefit of both companies. So today I wanted to talk to you about what is different about Gogokid. So this video is mostly for teachers who already understand some basics of online teaching, but it might be useful for you if you're just starting with Gogokid as your first company as well. So let me make sure my microphone is not muted. Okay. So there are a few things that are different, and the one thing that I noticed today is I forgot to put on my bracelet. So I got my new shirts that just say Teacher Danny so that I can move between both companies fluidly and not change my shirt. But Gogokid does specifically ask you not to have visible tattoos. I've already made a video about that. I just wear a bracelet if I'm wearing a short sleeve. In the wintertime, I just wear a long sleeve. But that is something that is specifically stated with Gogokid. Now, with VIP Kid, it is more of a you just do it because you know that it is culturally not as acceptable to have tattoos. But do be aware that it is specifically required with Gogokid that you cover your tattoos. All right. Something else. I'm actually going to try to go on the website and show you, but today, even though I checked my settings for my microphone in my computer and my settings were saying that I was mic'd into my USB headset, I could still hear the student coming through the screen. So this is something that happens to me at Gogokid sometimes. You just go on over to the left side of the screen and you'll see they have their own little settings button. It's a terrible picture, but it's a circle with, looks like almost like a little flower on the left side of the Gogokid classroom screen. So when you go into your classroom and you can hear your student and you've already checked your microphone on your computer, go to that settings button and that will allow you to check your camera and check your sound. And all I had to do was change it to my USB, my headset, because you surely don't want to teach class without a headset, right? It's terrible. Okay, next thing is emails. So don't get tripped up. You will get an email 24 hours before your classes are starting. And it will say your Gogokid class is starting soon. Don't freak out. You can go and check and see, and they are sending it 24 hours before. So don't panic. This happened to me my first few times, and I thought, oh, wait, I have a class today? It's starting soon? No. They just have never fixed that it says you are only moments away from your class. Don't worry. They send that 24 hours ahead of time. Gogokid also sends a text message the night before your morning classes. For me, because I only teach morning classes. So they also send you a text message to remind you, and in that text message, there's a link to the Gogokid website so you can go check your classes. So that's very cool. It's very cool. They don't have an app or anything, but they still are active in reminding you that you have classes. So check your email and check your phone. Okay. The next thing is, okay, so the camera. So when you enter the classroom at Gogokid, they say that the student cannot hear or see you until you click start. And I have found that this is true for me. I still mute my microphone. I don't use my camera cover for Gogokid because they don't see me until I click start. But I do have a camera cover. So if you're weird about them seeing you, you can put on your camera cover, but they won't see you until you click start. Okay. Next thing, when there are songs, Gogokid has automated songs where you click and a song plays. Good news, don't sing. Do not sing along with the song because there is a delay. There's always a delay, you guys. So if you sing along with the song, it's terrible, which is good news for me because I don't like to sing. So what I do is I play the song and I lip sync the words. Yes, Milli Vanilli, let's go. And then after the song is over, I go back with the student and I underline and we sing the song, which is not my favorite, but you have to make adjustments. I always tell my students, even if you don't think you have a good voice, just try. All right. Another thing is that Gogokid will cancel a trial class ahead of time. So a lot of times you won't even have to sit through a trial class. So you'll go onto your portal and the class will be gone, completely gone. And you're like, what happened? So if you go into your class history tab, then it will say student no show. So I love this about Gogokid. I put this on a little crooked. I love that a lot of the times you don't have to sit through a no show. You're still getting 60% of your pay, which is really awesome, and you don't have to sit there for 15 minutes. Okay, but if you have a student, it's not a no show, it doesn't disappear, and you enter the classroom, but no one's there, right? This happens. It's a no show, maybe. With Gogokid, the rules are a little different. They do not want you to cover your camera after you have clicked start and you are waiting for the student. So Gogokid asks that you keep your microphone on, your headset on, and your camera open because there have been things happening where the student thinks that the teacher is not there and they want to see you. So that's fine. You can still, you just sit there and you just wait. It's 15 minutes. It's not a big deal. My recommendation on that, a mistake that I have made and almost gotten in trouble, was that I went and I was going to other websites while I was waiting for my student. Okay. Then I came back over, and because the student was having some sound issues, I couldn't hear that they had come in. Because usually you hear the student come in, right? And you go, oh, they're here. Okay, well, sometimes if it's a new student, it's a trial class, they don't have that option. Um, I'm sorry, they might be having sound issues. So don't switch off. Go ahead and just look at stuff on your phone, but I would not recommend clicking to another tab while waiting for a student no-show at Gogokid. That's just my personal recommendation. Okay, what else? Oh, the camera at Gogokid is flipped. So when I hold up my A, well, A is not a good example. When I hold up D in a Gogokid camera, it will look like I'm holding up a B. Don't worry, the student sees it normal. It is just a flipped screen. So do not stress over that. Okay, Gogokid's bookings. I have been with Gogokid for 6 months. Their bookings do not come a week in advance normally for me. I have 3 regulars who usually book me about a week, sometimes 2 weeks, but not very often. Usually a week in advance for my regulars. Trial classes and new students usually book about 48 hours out. So it's very different if you're coming from another company where usually your schedule is full ahead of time, right? Don't worry. Gogokid just, for some reason, they don't book as far ahead of time, at least in my experience. And so I'm sitting there going, oh no, am I going to have classes tomorrow? And don't worry. Of course, Gogokid does not book within 24 hours. So if they have not booked you and it is 24 hours before the class time, it will not get booked at this time. This is February 2019. So this is the beauty, as I've said before, of Gogokid married to another company, because today I had one Gogokid class booked. So yesterday, after 24-hour time, I went in and I opened my other 5 slots with Gogokid, with VIP Kid, and they all filled within 24 hours. So I had 6 classes today. Yeah. So that's the beauty of these companies. So if you're considering getting a second company, please consider contacting me. I can help you with any other questions you have about the company. The application process with Gogokid is very swift. It can be difficult to get an interview time. Just be patient. You'll get an interview time. You'll have one interview. Then, when you are hired, you will have a second class, which is with a teacher. So it is like a second mock class, but you'll be teaching the full lesson, and the teacher can then give you some feedback on where you can improve. And they also show you how to use the platform, because Gogokid has a few different things on their platform that you get to use. So your second class, you'll be taught all about how to use the platform. Amazing. There are no certifications for levels in Gogokid. You get hired and you're able to teach all levels.
One more thing I remembered. I experienced it today actually. Teaching a level 1 class with Gogokid. They are working on changing the curriculum so that there is more for the student to say. But right now, today, the lesson I taught said stand, look. I stand, I look. We literally said this the whole lesson. And for me, I want to make sure that my students are learning as much as they can. So I'll tell you what I did. I'm always prepared to add more. So you can kind of gauge your student. If they look like they sound like they could do more, try more. So I would say, look at the turtle. I see a turtle. So I added, because just look, I mean, no offense, Gogokid, but we don't really say just look a lot. We say, I see a pink rabbit. Look at the rabbit. So I was adding stuff, and then, whoop, there goes my light again. Then I used my reward today for my lower level was eggs, and she would choose the blue egg. Then I would extend by saying, please, no, sorry, open the blue egg. And she kind of struggled, so I had to go back. Open the blue egg. Open the blue egg. Because I want her to work for her reward. And then we would open the egg, and then it would say, look, I see a pony. Look at the pony's hair. What color is her hair? So anyway, just be prepared to extend, to add to the lesson. For example, there's one about arm. And so then I would go on and I would say, how many arms do you have? And if it's, I see a hand, good. I see 2 hands. How many hands do you have? Just add more if you feel like it's too simple. I feel like at VIP Kids, sometimes there's too much information, too much reading, and then at Gogokid, there's not enough. So if you are someone who is used to too much, come over and join us at Not Enough. So anyway, Gogokid is working on adding more to their curriculum. This is a new company. They are responding and fixing things that teachers are saying, because teachers are saying, there's not enough information here. We need to teach them more. And I think the parents are saying that too. So Gogokid is modifying, and that's wonderful. So anyway, that was a long story to say, be prepared to extend.
Okay, last thing. One thing that can kind of get you in your interview is there are there is a place to choose either the arrow for, where's my mouse? The little clicking arrow so that the student can click. And there's also an option for a pen and some other things. The ones we use the most on the screen are the option for the pen for the student to circle and write, or the option for the arrow for them to click. So sometimes when you move through a slide to another slide, it will change back to the click arrow. And you'll be saying, circle horse. And they're trying to circle and they can only click because you have left it on click. So be aware, it's kind of annoying. You have to be ready to click it back and forth between pen and click depending on what they are doing in the classroom. I don't know if this is something that Gogokid is working on improving. It's really not that big of a deal once you get used to it, but you definitely want to look out for it. So that's pretty much all I can think of today as far as what is different about Gogokid. If I missed anything, please chime in the comments and tell me what else you think is different. What are some struggles that you have moving between two companies? What are some good things? Please share with me and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day. Happy teaching. Bye.